Hold on. Hello? Is my audio on? Do you hear me, Vito? Oh, my thing. No. Hold on, my audio. Hold on. Thank God I don't have to do a presentation nowhere. Hello, do you hear me? I think. Oh, you. Okay. I'm doing good. I don't want to pull up my video because I cut my beard weird. But, but yeah, I can see. Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, I probably turn it on, yeah. Oh, and I gotta be embarrassed. Let's see what I do. Yeah. How you doing, bro? I was trying. You remember that, huh? You remember the whole thing? I was just trying to be shy. Hey, Amani, right? I had to go pick you up at school right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was coming. She went to a dance, so she came home school late, and I had to pick her up. That's why I ran out of here. I couldn't tell you that. I thought I sent a text, but I probably forgot the details. I jumped in the car, and I was trying to get her because I was already late. She was calling the same time we was about to do it, and I was like, oh my God. I just sent the text. Yeah. Yeah. Because now we can review, even though, hold on. I'm sharing my screen. You got it? Okay, good. This guy's a master class. This guy is the guy I've been studying. I got to record. I got a session I did a couple Saturdays ago. He's the master of master classes. So I'm following this guy, Joe Bauer, creating my master. Oh, why not? Let me stop the share. Let's figure this. Let me try again. Oh, okay. I think I was sharing the wrong screen. All right. There you go. You see it? Yeah. I wanted to close it. I didn't want to open it all the way. Because then it's going to be a challenge to close it again. But Joe Bauer is one of the guys. I'm getting his presentation together. But his methodology is the best. Even the setup, I'm going to be using OBS. Like that presentation, I did the best. But he has a really nice presentation style that, I'll show you more next time. But anyway, going back to what's important, let's get on Facebook. So, yeah, what happened with Facebook? So I did send everyone the ebook, right? You can see it? You can see the screen? Okay, so I sent the ebook to CJ. That's the doctor who got the channel is monetizing. They want to grow it. Kamlesh, he been real interested. No, that's the Doru. I don't know if Doru's that serious or not. He said he's just getting started. These are all the different things. Sorry, that's the YouTube masterclass. So anyone who engaged with us, I sent them the ebook. I sent it to, I don't think I sent. I sent it to Zinwa. We got 10 people. Andrea, yeah, Andrea's on this list. Yeah, so these are all the people. I actually did it in order, so let me go back one. I think Andrea is one of the first. So, so I never counted it, but yeah, 1, 2, Elise's wants to do a YouTube. Andrea, 2, Philip Chan, 3. I'm gonna help Philip Chan with his website. So these are all people we working with, you know, because I told everybody you're a part of this, you know. So I know realistically, this is gonna be a good start, but everyone's gonna want to get involved with it, you know. And I want to show results, like just like Greg says, like I wanna just help people right now, you know. So it's because then when we get perfect and everybody gets results, then you know, then people are paid willingly, you know. So Philip Chan, Tammy lives out here in Winter Park, so I wanted to link up with her. Philip and me had a really good talk with Greg, you know, Greg and me and Philip Chan and what's her name? Oh man, I forgot her name. I don't know if it's Georgina, but Georgia, the lady from Germany, the dentist lady. What's her name? Anyway, that's a whole separate story. Okay, so Philip Chan, Tammy work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, perfect. 18, 19, 20, 20. So already 22. I didn't share with you? I didn't share with you? I didn't share with you the, you know, I gave you the ebook first, bro. I gave you the ebook. Look, when did I? No, I didn't want you to share that. I only want to share it after the meeting. This is the one. Same book. Same. You didn't know it was a book. Oh, I said this is the ebook for your review, but it wasn't so clear. Yeah, I should have put. Yeah. So it's okay, but I knew I sent it. So, nah, look. No, of course. You know, look. You know, you've seen. The good thing is that was my worst performance, and it still wasn't that bad because we got 21 people interested. I didn't even try to tell anybody. I tried not to tell a lot of. Huh? Yeah. And everybody, I mean, some of the people didn't show up, but of 21 people are interested, right? The word is getting around and people are telling everyone. And so I'm sending everyone, the 21 people, the book. They're already thankful for that. Then I'm sending them the action plan. Because I like Greg's program, but the thing I always wanted to add is we need to break everything down into steps. And that way the people could take it. Because Greg's thing is a little complicated all over the place. With YouTube, I realize YouTube is the best place to get people started, creating their content, just getting in the habit of shooting videos, building their audience. They learn a lot from YouTube. Then they go from there to Facebook and all the other content feeds, you know? You saw the post I put about discovery feeds versus content feeds? No, yeah, a lot of people came from, a lot of people came from Greg's VDP, but I'm thinking that we're going to do this class every 2 weeks because in 2 weeks, I'm going to have a lot more things to share with people. I'm going to get much better at it. I'm going to make it, you know, but the thing is, I was under pressure. I didn't get, like you understood, I didn't get sleep. I really was taking my time to think, how can I deliver to people value? Yeah. Yeah, but I was right. Right. The good thing is, look, if it wasn't great, 21 people, we're demonstrating because everyone does a presentation. The real thing is where's the value. So I see I'm the last person to do a presentation out of almost everybody, but I see their presentation and they always selling something. You know, I feel like the VDP is a good way to get to know somebody, but even after that, you should do a couple of more meetings where you deliver value and you build trust, you know? And for what we're doing, like, I'm not really after the money here. I want you to make money. There's this guy, Junior, who reached out. You know, he was commenting, and then we talked on the phone, too, because he lives out here in Orlando, Junior. Junior, he got a digital marketing company, so I think he wants to help with the YouTube, but he wants to learn how to do it. But I'm okay. Like, I'd rather teach, like, we build a team. I don't know how you feel about it. So I told him, like, me and Raj, you were the main person who gave me the idea. That's what I tell everybody. Because right, well, look, here's my big picture. This is why. The YouTube thing we're doing right now, it's going to help me master the process for real estate agents, right? And real estate agents is really where we have a system. Like, that's the advantage you have, is that I have a system for all agents to be successful, right? They need to follow a strategic action plan on the ground, like what they need to do as agents. I know what they need to do. But right now, I'm charting the process for what they need to do on a daily basis so they can build their presence. And I think YouTube is the first best place. Then on YouTube, you add on the Facebook, the podcast, you build your group, but you build your audience, you know, on both those things and your authority. And then, sorry, there's an echo. I need to get more like soundproofing over here. But yeah. I mean, you know, you gave that. So that idea we were talking about is helping people start YouTube stations. Is like, yeah, I just think it's something that potentially could grow, because if it's already 20 people, right, and if out of the Pareto rule, right, they say like 10 to 20%. So at 10%, it's 2 people. At 20%, it's about 4 people, right, who are going to take action. So I'm going to give them all the action plan. Hopefully, I'm going to make sure everybody at least creates a YouTube station, right, and shoot some like Elise, she has a very powerful story. Because we have another group that Greg does, and people tell their personal stories, and that group, Elise has an incredible story. She could do, a lot of the people have like stories that's like a movie. Like Benny, her, there's another lady, you know, a lot of the people. The good thing is, like, you and me really are like friends with a lot of the people. They're very nice people, you know? And so by offering these services with you, because I'm going to be going into real estate, so I just want to really set you up with a good situation, and I want to benefit from it too. You know, I'm putting in a lot of work myself. So but for me, I don't mind giving that share up as I grow into, because when I'm teaching real estate agents, I don't want to be the marketing arm. It's not going to make the right impression on the real estate agents. You know, I'm perfecting the method. I'm perfecting the sheets, the process, everything. You have to systematize everything, right? I want a guaranteed process for people to succeed. Right now, I'm doing a 5-day challenge. I'm recording the 5 days. It's the 1K Think Media. They have a 1K YouTube challenge, right? But they don't teach you any kind of fake methods, which you can use methods. But they've created a lot of people who have 1 million person following, and they have a nice training, you know? So, and they bring up so much good stuff in this training that I'm going to use a lot of that stuff in our presentation. Like really good stuff, like about asking questions. So the best way to start up a YouTube station, and many successful, sorry, I keep on moving the mic away, is to do something as far as asking questions, you know? And I'll share. You don't have to go through the PDF. The PDF just breaks down all the processes of like how to start the account, step by step, and how to, you know, what, all the things, like 77 pages, you know? So if you read it, it's good, you know? And then it's really, the thing is the action plans. The thing is the implementation of the, some kind of creating a process, right? Because now the good thing about the ebook is a good foundation. Right now, Well, I'm not doing the challenge. Oh, sorry, I lost my wrong page. I'm not doing the challenge. I'm uh I'm attending the challenge. It's somebody else throwing the challenge. I'm just studying the challenge to get good information for our classes. Right? I'm studying all the. No, right? No, no. Yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna do a challenge for real estate agents, and it's gonna maybe revolving around YouTube. Um, but most likely it's gonna revolve because I think almost all businesses. I'm just coming to the realization because we have a bunch of the YouTube stations, but also YouTube is the best place to get started and master things. Like your background, how you look on the camera setup, how you're getting information. Whether you have a teleprompter or not, and content. Like there's so once you master the process of YouTube, then you're ready to do a. You heard me during the presentation. I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying that anyone who has a podcast should no, this is not the window I'm trying to open. That's what keep on. I'm trying to do this one. That's what it is. Yeah, they don't have to even create a video out of it. What they should do is they should create like a thumbnail about the podcast and pictures of the people in the podcast, and then you put the thumbnail up. So right, right. That's exactly you covered everything in the mind map. I just because of technical difficulties, I couldn't figure out the mind map and all that at the time. But look, the way that presentation should have worked is I should have already had a Dropbox links or some kind of Google Drive link that all my files are on, right? The ebook, the action plans. Then I would first teach the first section, right? Value proposition. Then I would do a quick breakout room to say, go and come up with your value proposition. Boom, 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 right? 3 to 5 minutes. Then I come back. Then I'm going to teach a little bit. Then I would do another breakout room where I say, okay, then I want you to know what stage are you at of this like 8-step process, right? What stage are you at? And put it on this Google worksheet, right? So I would want them to not only come with the feedback, but write it into the Google sheet that everyone could fill it out. And that way I have that data collected, right? That now I know what stage they're at with this. And I don't have to go send them. Like right now I have to send 21 people DMs, look up their DMs. And now it's going to be easier to send them the action plans. I still have to finish creating the action plans. I'm working on some other projects. And then I also got to and then after that, come up with a plan to keep it, to help them implement those steps. Because each one of them is going to have different challenges. But my goal is, like I always said from the beginning, is I want to have about 5 or 10 people who take action, And I know Philip is going to take action because he already has testimonials. He has a YouTube station. He's not using his Facebook videos there. He can shoot great videos. He has an interesting story also, like with the NBA and his background in Hong Kong and what he wants. And he has the Leadership Visions domain. So I want to help him embed all of his YouTube events into his pages, and then start doing, like whenever you do a VDP, you should be simulcasting it to YouTube, right? I couldn't do it this time, but next time I'm going to always have it streaming to a YouTube audience and streaming to a Facebook group, right? I wouldn't stream it to my Facebook personal profile right now. The sound is so weird, man. I can't get this thing open. You do hear me, right? No, but share it for me now. Because the thing is, that was just an introduction anyway. I want to see what the offer is because, like I said, we were that was an opportunity for me to practice, And most of the people who came there, they must really be like my friend or something, or somebody referred them, because I tried to avoid telling anybody about it, but Greg probably promoted it. He did promote it, but a lot of people signed out of it because I wasn't engaging in the chat, and I didn't really push for people to stay in the chat because there's a lot of people I want to call in real estate, but I'm glad I didn't call them. Next time I'm going to do better, and then I'm doing the challenge after the NAR. My challenge I'm doing after the National Association of Realtors. So I'm using this testimonials. I'm filming my television show, my first episode this month. Then I'm filming at the National Association of Realtors next month. That's early November. So that's my main focus, is getting into there and interviewing and building relationships with the top realtors, right? Then I'm going to do my challenge. Then I'm going to do my challenge. But what we need to do is we need to have a system where we could manage 100 channels, 100 channels at about $200 a month. And no, of course, we don't need to push that. I mean, do you have somebody interested at a really low cost? But how much work they gonna get done? Oh yeah, that would be good because that would. Because look, the thing is, for me, I gotta pay out of pocket for everything, right? So I was talking to that guy from the Philippines too. He got a group in the Philippines of people who do the outsourcing, right? But they trying to learn English, and he sent them to some people for $5 an hour. And I told him, I don't want you just sending them to people. If you're gonna do that, what you need to do is build an outsourcing business. Same thing for you, right? Both of you, like you said, the contract is a really good idea because we're going to need 100 coaches. We're going to end up having services. I think even Greg, I'm going to talk, rather than Greg is going from 5,000 to 25,000 with his program, and he's doing a sales humanity. And the sales humanity is really nice, nice project, I had it something similar that I'm doing with my TV show. I'm an independently produced. Yeah. Right. No, of course. So me, I study everybody, and I because I'm grateful to him, so I've been multitasking. I'm doing my other work, and I attend the VDP. I can't attend the VDP without doing other work. Oh no, not yeah. 90% of it is his testimonials, but I think Greg is interested. He's always testing people. He wants people to get out of it. He wants to see who's going to survive because he really pushes it to the limit sometimes. But this most recent time, he introduced the concept. I remember, right? And everybody has to go around the room and they have to say, I remember, because it's psychologically proven. It's like a vision board, right? And so a lot of people don't know about this, but it's a very powerful idea. So now that one of the breakout rooms he's going to do, where you're going to say, I remember, like you're going to picture your VDP success. And you're going to say, so he's been doing the same methods, the thorn, the thing, but he's going to start integrating more methodology. For me, I'm going to take the VDP, and both of us are going to take the VDP implementation. Like the same way we do this YouTube implementation, then there's maybe a website implementation, but then at the end of it, once the people work, once you have 100 people who work with you on one service, I want to sell them all the services. You know, Greg. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Their passion and their profit. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Is like that's really the key for us is to take care of everything else. We're the all-in-one solution for coaches, so they take care of their passion and their profit. But the best way to help people, because the Facebook journey is very tough, and then you have to do this thing that Greg is doing, intrusive into the. So, for my journey is start doing YouTube, start answering questions. Just answer questions about your subject, right? There's certain websites that'll help you. You're going to build your audience just by answering 20, 30 questions, related to your subject. And then just share your everyday thing. Whatever you're doing, everybody has an interesting story. So once you make a habit of it, then, because you have to recondition your mind. And it always takes 21 days to recondition your mind. So for people to be successful, they need to have the habit of doing this, And once they do this, then they're going to make it better. Then we're going to work on making it better, helping your audience. And the thing about YouTube is you could spend $1 a day and reach 100 people a day. So at the end of the month, you're going to target 3,000 people for $30, right? But for $30, and that's only the people who don't click on the skip. If they press on the skip ad, then you don't have to pay for them. That's free advertisements for them because they're still getting your branding, your message. You're still reaching those people, right? And it's the right audience. But they might be interested in, they don't want to watch your thing right now. They're watching what they're watching, right? So they skip it, you don't pay. But, yeah. Oh, you know that lady. You've been in a lot of meetings with her. The lady who's from Germany. The Germany lady, short hair, she comes to every meeting. Georgia, what is her name? Dominique, yeah, Dominique. Are you sure? Dominique is a lady, bro. Dominique is a man? I think Dominic hired one of those. Dominic hired one of the people from the Philippines too, but the guy didn't make any money from it. I said, why don't you build an outsourcing business, charge a couple of dollars, and you manage it for the people? That way, because he has a group of like hundreds of kids who want to learn this stuff. But we should build an outsourcing team. I'd be glad to do a contract if there's somebody who could do that. Because I have a bunch of people who need to do videos, and then we pay more and more money as the money comes in. But I can create yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Well, this is, the thing is we have an advantage, right? We have 100 friends who are coaches firsthand, right? And all of them are working on a 5,000 to 10,000, and almost all of them have a group above 100. If they're working with their groups are 100, 200, 300, 500. So when we help them build this content, they generate a lot of income. But the good thing is I don't mind working with them cheap, but I know if I help them succeed, they're going to want to pay more. They don't have a problem if they charge $10,000 a student. But here's another thing, because right now these are our friends. So I like helping them. And I said, you know what? because I don't have real estate agents. But this is a perfect method because when I talk to the real estate agents next month and I show them 20 or 30 videos of people who are happy, these coaches are having successful YouTube, then I'm going to introduce them to you, introduce them to, if this guy Junior, I don't know if he wants to step up, but I got the friend Alfred who does all the filming. I want to introduce him he could film them. He'll come and bring a team and film them and do like a documentary on them. So I'm just trying to, but this is my team on real estate because look, I'm building a licensing model. So for example, I'm doing the coaching, right? Because if I I used to have 10, 20 agents in 3 offices. But if I have agents, they're not going to listen to me. Even if I teach them how to make $1 million, they're not going to do it, right? So the reason why I like the coaching, the people who pay me $10,000, once I develop this whole system, they're gonna do exactly what I tell them. The person I teach for free, he's not gonna listen to me. Even though I'm teaching both of them how to make. But when I have 10 students who are successful, then I want to introduce the licensing model. The licensing model means there's 20,000 territories in the U.S., right? Broken down by where you would have 5 agents on average. Some of them would have 2 agents, but it's based on 1,100 homes. If you have agents targeting 1,100 homes, it's like the taxi business. You know how Uber, and at least here in the U.S. and Orlando, they took over the taxi industry. So in real estate, all the companies, Keller Williams, Remax, EXP, they all have a backward obsolete model. They have a franchise model. So if you look statistically at the agents, 90% of agents fail in their first 3 years, right? It's easy to get a license, easy to get a real estate license, but how do you build a business, right? Just like everybody's a coach, but doesn't mean they're making 10,000. But the 5% of the industry is making 90% of the money. What does the 5% do? They build up a business on word of mouth. Everyone in the community talks about them. But these people are making minimum $1 million to $10 million. So we have an opportunity with the licensing model to take over the biggest industry in the world, like Amazon. These are all very low margin. Netflix, Amazon, Uber, these things, people, Apple. Phone is only, a house is where the money is. Buildings are where the money is. Nobody has taken over real estate. So the reason I'm doing this high ticket model is because I want to introduce a licensing model. Actually, I have a lot of the paperwork here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you so you can see. Because this is what I was working. Right. Well, everything. For a real estate agent, let me tell you. Well, here's the thing. Like these coaches, I said someday they're going to make 10,000. But when it comes to the YouTube video, it's not guaranteed. But if we develop because not only we have the YouTube, we have the Amazon, we have the Roku. That's going to help them build. We're going to restream on 5 different platforms at one time. Once they shoot the videos, the same videos are, like you said, repurposed automatically. So if we have the right team, they just send us the videos. We give them the script. They say the video. We take 100 videos, and we have an automated system that we're pumping 100 videos into this restream, that restream, this restream. Everybody's is streaming to 5 channels. We already have the thumbnails designed. Because one of the programs I invested in is $30 a month. But they give you the thumbnails for real estate agents. Thumbnails, descriptions, keywords, everything you need for videos every day. The script for the video, I don't know how they're doing it. But they are really trying to recruit agents into their model. They're working on the EXP. So a lot of the top agents, they're growing their brokerage in EXP. My best friend, my oldest son's name is Jay, right? And my best friend's name is Jason. I named him after my best friend. My best friend in New Jersey has the largest brokerage in New Jersey, which means $200 million in real estate they sold last year. So I'm working on all this stuff, but if he sees that in Central Florida I'm creating these agents who are spending $1 million, he would move his team. He has a team in Chicago and Dallas and in New Jersey. But it only takes one or two of those guys for me to recruit who believe in this brokerage model that I'll be able to launch this thing and take over the real estate. That's really my plan, you know? So, TubeBuddy, I think I've heard it. I think I got TubeBuddy. I don't know if I've used it. Wait. It helps you build good thumbnails? I've been trying to find something that helps you build good thumbnails in an automated way. Who makes TubeBuddy? Who makes TubeBuddy? Okay, yeah. Is it the guy? Let me look it up. I'm trying. I know I've owned it. I don't know if I still. Let me find out. Really? Optimize your channel YouTube faster. Trusted by leading creative buddy. Make getting results on YouTube so much easier. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I love. Because I always study the best methods for automating everything. And so if you have better methods, I like that. And I'm going to show you a lot of good methods. The hardest part is the thumbnails. It really helps you with thumbnails too. Oh, but it'll take care of the other thing. But like I say, we're going to use, even if, no, I'm listening. I have some other good things. We got to take a look. Yeah. Yeah. Facebook ads library. Right. Well, YouTube has its own. You said it's another place where you can search all the ads too, right? What is it? That's pretty cool. Yeah, it has a lot of good stuff. And it helps you with that. What's his name? Probably. I don't know if I don't remember right now. But this is a good one too, buddy. RJ. Let's put RJ. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, let's see what this is. Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, this is just a spam call. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, this guy. Raz Von PB. All right. But let's see if it pulls up. You know, that's cool. I mean, I always study these guys. YouTube automation. Oh, nice. Instagram is his training or YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I need to do Instagram. I got a lot of friends on Instagram. I don't do it. I'm so behind on a lot of this stuff. Not really. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm the one who got to figure out. I've helped everyone on my team grow their use Instagram channels. So some of my friends have like 10,000, 200. I understand it all. I just don't do it myself. I just started to get it fun. Yeah, right. But you have to close. You have to close the money. Probably close the deal, right? As the appointment setter. Yeah. No, that's really nice that you had that talk with him, though. That's good. I mean, that you're learning from the top people, man. That's where it's at. That's what I mean. There's so many ways to blow up on YouTube, but this way kind of guarantees, like, there's all kinds of methods. But when you managing like 100, or we have a process to manage 1,000 YouTube stations and help people grow them, it makes it easy. Just like kind of like Greg's thing. If you got everyone supporting everyone, right? Right. That's why I say the first 10, the first 10 is the toughest. You know, getting results for the first 10, figuring out how to process, make this an easier process. But, you know, like making sure I automate every aspect of this process of training them and how they get results and refining everything is going to be easier to take in. Like I said, we didn't even try and 20 people came. So it's like, I don't want 50 people to show up right now at the level of experience we have. I want to be able to manage it. You know, like Greg too. It took him a while before he started taking the money, and he was practicing a lot, you know, and kind of getting it right and inviting everybody. And then he realized not everybody's a good fit. But it's like anything in life. A lot of people don't see behind the scenes all the practicing to get to. Now, you know, then all of a sudden he started charging 5,000, 1,000, you know, to everybody. That was always his plan. But now he's going to 25,000, you know, soon, because he believes the salesman. The salesman is this guy James Finley. He did it for Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone. So Greg's name is next to all these guys on the page, and it's just a good piece of work. But I showed it with my friend Alfred, salesman, like couple. That was what we were designing our media company. I said, this is what I want. A show like this for my agents, you know, salesman. That guy charges like $10,000-$20,000 to do it. So we could film it ourselves, you know, like $500 to $1,000, maybe $3,000-$4,000. You know, out of the agents, if they pay $10,000, probably $3,000-$4,000 is gonna go to running their ads, paid ads, and creating the content. You know, and for them, I might go the extra yard of sending a camera team to them, because the difference between me, I'm not really coaching the agent. I'm trying to build a relationship where I'm a broker. That agent is paying the broker 20%, you know? But I have to have a model where the thing is, like I said, all the brokerages have a 90% failure rate. So if you have the first brokerage that you actually, everybody is successful, right? Then all of a sudden you could become a game changer in the industry. So if I can make sure every agent is, I'm lucky here in Central Florida. I have beaches, I have Disney World, I have Universal, I have, Clearwater Beach, Daytona Beach. I have so many things, SeaWorld, parks, gardens, yards, you know, and little canoe boats. There's hundreds of things, alligators, so many things. Resorts, Hyatts, probably thousands of resorts, you know. So restaurants, even iDrive has 150 restaurants on iDrive alone. So I know you probably got to go to sleep, but that allows me, for my agents, to have a lot of interesting content, you know, that they can establish themselves. So once they do, and plus we have the Orange County, all the conventions come here. So the agents can be a central presence, as a team. So it allows me to build something real quick, and then I can build with a few teams across the country and really have a model that takes over the industry. Like EXP was a local office. Jason's office was there's two offices that joined EXP. Jason, my friend Jason, his office joined. I went to high school with him, so we like grew up as children. So I've been doing real estate forever, and so like if I have a model in Central Florida that's growing, there's gonna be a leader in Miami who's gonna join. There's gonna be Jason who joins. His Chicago team will join. Plus, once I get a few teams like that. That's how EXP got $1 billion, and really grew as the brokerage. And so venture capital, it won't take that much, but it really is dependent. The first 10 agents, making them successful using. No, that's the one thing. No, I'm not giving them an equity interest. So unlike, like I said, other companies are desperate. This is a high margin business. So it's $1 trillion business. Like I say, I think I've been through a lot, and I don't think it's because like people like God is the person who picks and chooses like who they gives the knowledge to, right? And like my life is kind of like you too, like Curran, like he had to listen to Dronacharya teach. You know the story with Curran. He wasn't allowed to listen like his brothers, so he had to listen secretly how to fight and everything. And so that's kind of like what it is. I lost everything. I had to figure everything out. Yeah. Huh? A club band. A club is the female, the one male who's reborn into a female. Right, but Karan was studying outside. He wasn't studying outside of Dronacharya. When Dronacharya was teaching his brothers, Karan used to watch secretly. Really? I don't. So I might have to go back and read it and watch the movie. I probably learned from the movie, so I didn't know that. A club. Ma, you over there? Ma? Oh, I was gonna ask my mom. I'll ask her later. So, yeah, my mom is an expert in this area. Oh, oh. I always thought it was Karan outside. I don't know why I thought so. A club. But then Karan had to remove his shield when Krishna came to him. So, but I thought that Karan went through both those things. But anyway, I'm glad you know that. But so the thing is, so what I'm saying is in real estate, um, we could do something really big. So I just, yeah. So the thing is, like, right, right. And that's why I know I need a team. So I don't want you to get worried. Like, I'm talking to all, because really I care about every one of the coaches. Like, I want them all to be successful. And I really like all the people in the VDP. Like, we're all very similar. You have to be very patient and giving to make it in the VDP. And yeah, so anyway, the whole idea is, yeah, so I just wanted to tell you, those 5-10 people, I'm sending them that. Then I'm going to send them the action plan. Tonight I got to work on a few things and I got to drive. But, yeah, I am comfortable. That's what I was waiting. You want me to share? I'm going to share the screen with you. No, not this. Hold on. I was about to share mine. I'm supposed to give you permission. How do I do this? Don't I need advanced sharing options? Okay, I got it. I got it. Now you can share. Now you can share. You could tell I got confused in that meeting. I didn't know about breakout rooms. You have to do it ahead of time. But I tell you, next time we do a really good job. I got enough practice. Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah. So I was telling everyone put a number in the chat, but I couldn't find the chat either. So I was like, I don't know what number everybody. I eventually found it, and then I wanted to put them in breakout rooms, and I couldn't. I was looking through the thing, and then I was trying to add you to the meeting. I couldn't figure out. Oh, oh yeah. I forgot. Who told me? Andrea told me after that. Yeah. I would have missed that whole recording. I didn't. I felt. Yeah. Yeah. Three dots. Wait a minute. Participant. Okay. I don't see the three dots. I see more. Make host. Oh, okay. Make host. Now I see. You're now the host. Okay. Okay, I see it. Right. Right. Yes. Yeah. 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 Right, right, right. Well, I mean, the thing is, that's I think one of the problems with Greg's thing is the GHL is so complicated for everybody, and then it's so expensive because it's supposed to be free, but you really can't set it up unless you pay the guy 97 to 297 a month. So and that's why I think that Greg should offer like a cheaper version, like of like yeah, because people what everyone needs is to build the email list, which they can do like under our program. But I don't want to compete against Greg. I feel like we'll work something out with Greg. Greg is probably gonna sell this program for 5,000 and make it part of his program. Yeah. Oh, you take the spitty. Yeah, you went deep in here, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what everybody wants. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody wants it. Right, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, right, right. That's a tough one. Can we do that? Can we do 4 videos a month? 1 a week? I would say at least 8 videos a month. Yeah, just 4. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, do you want to, yeah, I'll put it in the comments. Do you want to, why don't you do this presentation? Yeah. Do you want to turn it into a PowerPoint? What, this is. Yeah. That's a thorough sheet. Covers everything. But you know, that's exactly what I was saying. So that now I know you understand exactly what I was saying. In a different way, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, good. Yeah. I don't laugh. No. I have some. You. That's nice. Yeah. Thousands of costly tens and threatens. Put an S behind threatens. And S. Threatens your personal brand. Yeah, nice. 11 things no YouTube. Put the T as a capital. YouTube. I make that mistake too. Guru Master would dare tell you before taking a deposit. Number 5 will cost you 100. Just put will, I think. Number 5 could cost you or would cost you. Would cost you. Okay, nice. All right. 6 fatal traps of YouTube exposed. The dirty little lies. No, you have a brilliant way of thinking, man. I don't know how you're able to see all that. That's pretty amazing. Do you want to use these for a blog or you want to use these for an email series? Oh, these are commercials. They're not actual articles. These are the messaging for the masterclass. Well, but why don't we do it? Why don't we do it this way? That you do the masterclass this time in 2 weeks, and I'll help you out with your masterclass. We'll talk about all this stuff and add in whatever stuff and whatever you want to talk about, but it's continuation of the program. And then I could do another presentation 2 weeks after that. That way we could alternate every two. Or do you want to do? I mean, because you're currently doing the webinars. Because you could tie this into the webinars. I'm just saying, do you want to try to do a presentation like this or no? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, let me ask you that thing though, because we talked about it earlier. I didn't know, if you could do that, but if you can do the intern thing, where you hire interns and they could work for us for 100, 200, because like for me, like I spent on that Joe Bauer program, I spent 197. So every time I got to spend money, like today I'm buying $25 a plug-in, right? But the plug-in will take a YouTube channel and put all of the posts into create a website, and without it'll take all the videos, create posts. So I'm going to show you that if it does. But I have a friend, the Near Life Convo website. So I want to take Near Life Convo. He has 55 interviews, So I want to take all those 55 interviews and build him a website. It's going to take me too long to do it individually. So that one will pull them all in, all his 57 posts. So sometimes there's people who are already very successful in YouTube. The problem is they're not taking advantage of Google. They're not taking advantage of Gmail. Google owns all three of those. The most powerful method is where you use YouTube, you use Gmail, and you use Google like natural rankings, right? That if you're creating content in YouTube, you have a big advantage to rank on the YouTube. And then when you create like the sequence of messaging like that on in Gmail, you're gonna keep them interested. It's growing that email list, sending the traffic to YouTube, building your website. You can build a website that's had reaching millions of people, and then you could send that traffic to YouTube. Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. The real money is in SEO. Like if you can rank, the guys who are making $10 million in digital marketing, they're making it SEO. But the thing is, when you dominate ranking, you charging doctors and lawyers 10,000, 20,000 a month. You only need 100 of them, and 100 guys who are paying you 10,000 a month. That's gonna get you to a million. Well, how much would that get you to? Yeah, 100 people, right? So that would get you to 100 people paying you 10,000 would be a million, right? And then If you're getting that every month, you're making about 12 million, right? So some clients they have that are paying them 20,000, 30,000. They might only have 30 clients, but I study all these guys. You know, Anik, he's a guy who does the affiliate marketing, right? And he's the big Indian guy in the scene. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, he definitely is inspiration. But he had a meeting. He brought in a couple guys like Cotton Grammar, and there's Neil Patel. You know, Neil Patel is big in SEO. He created. So they all came to speak. And so I was asking questions because I have a real estate school. I have a few businesses. If I ranked, and I have tools to rank them. So if I rank, or I don't want to rank in one city. I want to build a website to rank in all the cities. For the real estate, for this model to really work, I want to have the site structure of the website so that I can create subdomains in for every zip code almost, right? And then that is structured from zip code to district, area, website to the statewide, you know? And eventually it's, right. So like if you look at real estate, only websites like Zillow, Realtor, they rank for everything. The realtors don't have, like Century 21, none of them rank. When you look for real estate listings, you'll only see Zillow and Trulia. That's because the franchise model, they don't have a system to work with the agents to make the agents successful. So even if you just have a consistent SEO strategy across the country, your agents are going to be very successful. And not a single brokerage has it. They have nice fancy website, but it's not connected to any agents, you know? But if you utilize a system where you have 100,000 or 10,000 agents and all of them are creating content, you're going to develop a lot of domain authority across the board. And then you pump that into every new website, but they become the local expert website, right? And that really, and so that realtor should be building relationships with every business. So what we're doing on YouTube is really, I'm creating a machine of content that, let's say you're in New York City or you're in Beverly Hills or you're in Houston, Texas. I don't want to go all over the country. I want to focus on Florida first. But then by getting you ranking, you know, your rankings are going to make you the authority in that city. But I want to do it across all the cities, you know? So because the same press releases, the same questions are being asked, you know? So you follow those same principles, but you kind of have it siloed in a better way, right? And by doing that, so that's the whole plan. So I think you understand. So look, here's two things by having this conversation that will really help us. Because right now, I'm going to follow up with the action plan. We have a very good presentation for the next one. And you can do the presentation. I'm just saying, I'm not really like, the thing about these things is like when a little bit of money comes in, people fight, right? I'm not fighting. I don't care who makes the money. Like when Junior started commenting, I was like, let me offer him an opportunity because I would rather that people don't try to create competition and let's find a way that we all work together, right? Because nobody can beat us, right? So, and Junior is the first person. Sorry, go ahead. And I don't mean to take up too much of your time. Yeah. Right. 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 But in my type of situation is like, I want to grow it to be 50-50, but even if I don't make 50% out of it, you know, I have to have an ultimate goal. Like I'm saying, this may not be the way for me to make money, but it's part of the methodology I have to do. And my bigger vision is like on top of the 50-50 or however it is, like however this grows, I need it to grow to the point that I'm building a model for the real estate agents. The rest of this stuff is a waste of time if I'm not growing a team so that I can manage 100,000 agents, and that's not something I'm dividing up like fit. That's something like Facebook that I probably give somebody 1%, and that's like my big vision. That's something I already invested hundreds of thousands into that we were supposed to launch many years ago. So I've came back into that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But so exactly. And so here's the thing that I was saying before I got distracted is the main thing is you mentioned you could get an intern, right, who could edit 100. Because you've seen the videos I posted. I would really like those videos to have thumbnails, and I would like them to have commentary and things. And not only mine, but if we could do in these people's videos, if I want the right ones, I want to help, optimize those videos. But even just for me alone, I'm going to create a lot of content, and I don't have enough time that I can edit the videos and put out the videos on a regular basis, right? Like right now, I have to post this interview, the presentation. I don't really want to post it. I'm going to post it tomorrow, but I wanted to edit it with all the pauses taken out and then post it. But, but it's okay. It's not so bad that I went through it quick enough. And I sat down and took time with everybody, so there's a good enough presentation that I'll share it. But in the future, I don't want to share things like that. And I want to be knocking these things out quickly enough that I could get it right into circulation quickly enough. So if you have a good person, and I'm not saying, so if we have a good person that could do a lot of work for $100, $200 a month, it allows, it's coming out of my pocket right now, but that means I could put enough output out there so I could start generating real estate deals and really building my presence. And that Yeah, well, then we need that ASAP. If we could have that person, and then like you said about the websites, that would be useful. Well, I'm building 4 types of websites, right? Right now, we have one channel, Roku, Amazon, called Travel Broadcast Channel, TBC, and we have a bunch of shows already for it, and we're working with a partner in the islands who has some good contracts. But we already have Orlando's entertainment, Miami's entertainment, Tampa's entertainment, New York's entertainment. Freestyle My Place, and Eat CFL, which is like a food. So a bunch of concept shows. I'm going to be shooting Orlando's entertainment, but that's going to be a travel channel. And then we have relationships with travel magazines. So, but for that website, I'm building it kind of like a white label Expedia. I'm working with the travel channel so that everyone could come and book their cruise ships, book their travel through that website. Then I'm building the Near Life Convo channel, and I'm building a website that, like I said, I'm using that plugin that pulls all the videos and automates that. It creates all his interviews. He has 50, 60 interviews that he's interviewing people who are going through, and a lot of the coaches would make great interviews for his show. But I just want to create a website because otherwise I have to take time individually to create the transcript, write the description in, post it, take the thumbnail, so this will automatically do it for me, right? So, and I need that kind of audit, so it's perfect for him. For my Resdify website and for Caribbean Streaming Network, which are both also Roku, Amazon, the website I'm building is going to be a news style, Vox News, and then it uses RSS feeds. So it's using trending content to create nice blog posts. Like I did one quick one on Resdify, but a lot of these AIs for RSS are not really that good for quality. So there's one that's really good for building that kind of site, So I built a lot of Elementor sites, but right now it's about having the content that is really gonna rank. Content that's tied in with video. That's why you have to build that blend between video and your website. Right. So guys who are sharp like that, that's why you should do a podcast too. Like I'm building a podcast for all these shows, and I've really been working on setting it up. So that's why I say this presentation is only the beginning. The production will go up a lot. What language does he speak? No, that's fine. So that's what I mean. The difference between us, you and me, and a lot of people, we talked about it, is we could come on and we could do like a joint podcast, where we interview people in Hindi and I invite people in English, and we both kind of, because we have to have the subtitles for their Hindi, English translation. But most Indian people, if they speak Hindi, are not understand English. And most American people or around the world, they're interested in what he has to teach, because YouTube is YouTube. Whether you speak Hindi or Russian, but we understand Hindi so we can have a good conversation with it. I don't need you to translate Hindi for me. The only thing we need is that I'm going to speak English. You might have to translate from me to him, but you don't have to translate from him to me. And the thing is, yeah. Right. Which one again is translated in India in Hindi? Yeah. Right. That's how like a lot of people try to figure that out. But it's much better. Like translation or AI isn't as good as naturally understanding it. There's nobody like even Anik. He doesn't really do any joint Hindi videos. I know a lot of guys like Abhi Dwivedi or Neil Napier. All these guys are big time in internet. Karthik Ramani. These guys are big guys in internet marketing, right? But they don't. Nobody really does a show where they do Hindi, which would be interest of Indian people to watch it and learn, and how to build these business, and American people want to learn, because everybody wants to learn how to grow the business, and they also want to learn these same things. So I don't care what language the person speaks, if we can understand them and talk to them, if they have the knowledge, because what it is for him, right? Then he's gonna appreciate, like if we ask him for help, right? Then he might help us a little bit. But like just like you said in your presentation, with everybody, you always deliver value first. So if we invite him on a podcast and we have audience, which we're growing to be American audience, Indian audience, like I said, the UK Prime Minister has just became Indian, right? So Indian people are everywhere. South Africa, everywhere. They're becoming leaders everywhere. But all this audience, and then many people love our culture, right? You could tell from all the coaches, guru, yoga, meditation, all these concepts are universal concepts, right? So that's the whole idea, is we're trying to bridge that gap, right? So if we interview a guy like that, what I'm saying is he feels good. Like, you brought a guy from the U.S., we did an interview, we get to know each other during the interview, and I'm going to tell him we're going to. Yeah. Right. Right. Same thing. Or Even if you interview 100 people in India, even if you interview 10, 20 people who are very knowledgeable in Delhi, people are still going to consider you knowledgeable because nobody's done it before. Nobody's done it before. So even if they're your interns, right? If you take your interns, but you interview them like you are the sales funnel expert, right? And they don't know it. You taught them everything. And you say, hey, Ravi, you're the YouTube expert, right? In India, and he's gonna do what you taught him to do, the presentation you created. And you say, oh, Anita, you're the ManyChat expert, right? That's the best way to train your interns and say, look, just like they're doing the VV, like I say, you're delivering them value. So in other words, if we have talented people, we're not lying to them. We paid them 100, 200 to see what they could do. But once we're bringing in 10, 20,000, we don't mind paying $1,000 a month. We don't mind paying more money. And we're going to introduce you to more people to make more money. Right now, I have to go drive and do 10 jobs to pay $100, $200. Greg had a guy who was doing offer creation, but you have to spend thousands of dollars with that guy. I can't do that for $1,000, but I still have to. You have to spend 97. I spent 200 with this guy Joel Bauer, you know, and I had to record it when I was in St. Augustine. I had stayed in my friend's studio, driving the car all day, and then I was recording, watching the presentation in between boot camp. But and that took away from my time doing this. When I was in St. Augustine, I wasn't next to my computer. I was working off the laptop, watching the presentation, driving. I couldn't, so I fell behind that weekend, you know? Sorry, if you got to go and you're tired, I want to let you go. But, oh, okay. I have a bunch of things to do. We didn't have a chance to connect, so I wanted to show you. I have 21 people interest already, and more people are going to be in because there's still probably 50 people in that chat who haven't talked. You know, they're viewing. It's in their chat. They haven't erased it. They haven't left the group. But I see that they're witness people. Some people like asking me, you know, I didn't get a chance to come. I'd like to come next. They didn't know I was doing it. So we did 21 people who I sent the book to. I'm going to send the action plan to. There, some of them, 3 or 4 or 5 of them are going to say thank you in the chat. They're going to start taking action. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I say you could create the second class, but we'll invite all the people to your presentation in 2 weeks, you know, and we'll still do it together. Why not? No? Okay, that's fine. But what is your priority? Because I want to help you the way that you're helping with this thing too. So that's all. Yeah. No, well, you know, look, the Facebook chat complements everything, right? So no matter what you build, and the thing is, Facebook, you could create a Facebook chat on your website. You know, you could set up a there's one plugin you put in, and you could have a chat going from your website, and you could also build your website where it's automated, where you are interacting with Facebook and YouTube through your domain. So, like I said, I always believe. And though I've been a business person so long, 30 years, before the internet, right? So my thing is, it's like fighting a war. You know, I want to make sure that we have all the weaponry so we're ready to defeat whoever it is, you know? And so that's kind of what it is. It's like this Greg thing is partially the solution, but I can never be satisfied until we have the complete solution, which requires email. It requires getting a domain. Maybe, look, guys are making a lot more money. They don't have a website. That doesn't mean that they can increase their money by building it. Yeah. No, some people are. Well, he's introducing some new concepts that are going to be real good. And maybe, I think there's some people who are happy clients of his, It just takes time, Like I said, I'm being patient because, there's a lot I'm learning. The challenge Greg has, he is depending on intrusive automation, right? The difference between us and Greg is we're using the same VDP, but we're not being intrusive. In other words, if you want to accelerate your growth, you do it by building your email list, which we're going to teach them to do cost effectively, as part of that program. And then ManyChat. Like once you offer them these services complement each other, right? The YouTube and the email automation and the ManyChat automation. Once you have those three components, a website can just be there. But those three things could all tie in. It's like a pinball machine. It bounces around and you could consistently growing because the different, YouTube, like I said, is the discovery feed. People don't go to Facebook to learn things. They go, whatever is presented to them in the feed, on TikTok or Facebook, they follow that. And that's a real big thing to understand. And YouTube is a discovery feed. People discover new things. So if you answer questions on your Facebook, if you do every day shoot a video, who's going to find the answers? They're not looking for the answers there. But if you answer all the questions, like about ManyChat, right? If you create a YouTube station and every day you find there's a site called Ask a Question. It'll give you the top 2 trending questions to ask for your YouTube channel that are video trending related to your subject. I think it's called Ask a Question, but I'll get that for you short. That's the kind of stuff I'm learning in the 1K challenge. It could be answer the public or answer a question. The answer the public, it creates the question for you. So something like that. It might be answer the public. You're only allowed to get 2 a day. Right. Oh, 3. But you just do that every day. That's a method we're going to teach our people. You use that tool. You do. Oh, 3. But you're not shooting videos to say, okay, I'm going to take this video and transform it into this very quickly, So that's something, if you do, then it's going to grow. Like right now, both of us are going to have to do things to grow our YouTube station. That's why it'll be helpful to have an intern, because I can create great content. I can interview people all the time, but it's going to cost me a lot to hire video editors. My friends could do for free stuff, but I don't like asking for free anything. I need a cost-effective method, because that way I need to shoot an hour show every month and break it up. An hour show will be broken up into, or even half an hour show. Half an hour show will be 60 shorts, That's a lot. It's 60, 30-second segments. So so I could really use these guys, and we could ramp it up. Yeah. Well, you already scheduled it all. Nice. So the thing is, you kind of different, man. You're pretty aggressive when it comes to a lot of these things, but really try to find out about that intern for the editing videos for one. Okay. And also, last thing I want to say is, like, you're talking about the 50-50 thing. My thing is, like, everybody I made a promise to, like my friend who we have the Amazon channels to. So already, like, for him, I got to do the 50-50 split with those Amazon Fire and Roku channels, and he's traveling. He's been working hard for years on this thing. So, like, for me, everybody I deal with that I got a promise to, I try to keep the promise to, So this line of business, like, this is, there's so many, like for me, I really want you to participate in the $1 billion business, right? And grow all this stuff and get it, participate in every kind of business, because I know too many ways to make a lot of money, you know. But this is the thing is, I can't keep selling. I don't want to do a presentation about real estate agents when most of the people in VDP are coaches. Right. Right. That's that's what I'm explaining. Yeah, because look, the reason I mentioned your name during the presentation is because I want it to be on the record, right? That everybody knows. I tell people from the start, I couldn't do this without you. You know, a lot of people will run with this and do it, but it's the reason that God put us together is to do complete this whole mission, right? To go on this whole journey. And so I'm not selfish, and I'm after millions of dollars, even billions, you know. But this YouTube, these things, these processes, I need them to be automated. YouTube, ManyChat, Facebook group. Well, agents don't need Facebook, but they need Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All those videos need to be repurposed. And there needs to be a list building mechanism, whether it's email automation, SMS automation, and ManyChat automation. I feel like all those processes should be automated and continually building a list, right? And continually. Right. So once you develop all those things, it's pretty much plug and play for anybody, right? So whether it's agent or a coach, that's what we're developing. We're developing a methodology that's like Greg's system, you know, that's kind of inspired it too. Our own VDP type system, you know. But I'm just saying from the start, if Greg comes to us, because he might see that all his coaches like this, and he says, I'm charging $25,000 and I want you guys to do like $5,000, like, you know, to manage all these things that you're managing for them. I just want you to know, like, I want to get your feedback now, because he might never offer that. But I would rather be prepared, because I'm not trying to work against him. Like, if he gives us something generous, we're not, like, if he got 100 students and they pay us $5,000, right? Then we would deliver great results for them, you know? And that's all I'm saying is we're open to that. Junior didn't even show up on the camera and wasn't available. I'm just saying if he steps up, then I definitely, if I got to cut my pay out of it, I'll cut my pay out. I'm not the type of person to cut your share out of it, you know? I'll cut my share out of it before I want to make sure everyone is successful. You understand my mentality. That's what always brings me, that's what I'm known for. Like, that's why I have good karma. I always want people's success. I'm never going to build my success by taking advantage. But sometimes you have to be fair, you know? And so I'm saying there's many businesses we're going to operate. You know, I don't want a piece of every business you're going to operate. You don't want a piece of every business I'm going to operate. But anytime I could find a way to give you a piece, this business we're doing 50-50. But some business, as long as, you know, my goal is to show you many ways to make $1 million, you know? Because I know you're going to influence a lot of people in India, around the world. And so that's what it's the same process. Once you've mastered this process, you could help anyone accelerate. A doctor accelerate their process. This, you know, like I say, and so people ignore SEO, but SEO is one of the Google, My Business, SEO. But you have to automate the process to create content for Google. Right now, Google just shifted their ranking system because they're looking for Google is looking for the things that people want to search. So you want to build valuable content. So YouTube, because anyone could build a website, right? But it's easy to throw a website, a template up, right? And at Facebook, everyone has it, and they have 5,000, but they don't really have. But YouTube forces you to be in the process of creating content. That you're building your value proposition, you're building yourself, you're building your expertise, you're setting, and you're setting yourself up to be a podcaster, which means when you're doing video podcasting, you're creating regular, what Greg talks about, other people's content, right? Other people's property. Because now you're just sitting and listening, but you're always interviewing the top people, right? If you have the proper framework, then somebody who has 10,000 followers, they're going to come be your guest. If you have 10 guys who have 10,000 followers as your guest, that means in a few months you're going to have 100,000 followers as your guest. Once you have a few guys like that, it means you're going to have 1 million people with 1 million followers are going to become your guest. It's really like McDonald's. You know, this process really is very simple, but for me, it's because where Google is at, everybody searches Google, everybody searches through there. You have to have that you have to understand that ecosystem, right? Now, Facebook groups, Instagram, WhatsApp, that's also very powerful. So you need to attach that. But I don't think, so anyway, I'll let you go to sleep, man. We had a great conversation, but that's the plan. Yeah. Well, I could see, bro. I could see your work that you're doing, man. I really appreciate the hard work. So I just want you to know up front, because we are going to make money, but I'm not like going to fight over money, you know, and I always want you to be honest with me. Like, that's not fair. What, Ajay, we did this together. You always got to tell me that, you know, because you know, like, you know, in the Krishna is telling a story to Arjun, you know, like how you have to see all the beings as similar, right? Like the animal, the man, the woman, the Swami, the poor person. That you, once you understand God, then you see that God is everything. That's the whole idea why we don't eat meat, right? To respect the value of life. So I want to make sure everybody wins. That's all. And that's very tough. Like, I don't. Right. But once I give my word, I stick by my word. That's why I say I want everybody to know Raj and me are already working on this. But when it comes to the Roku Amazon, me and Alfred are already working on it. But, you know, he already also knows what I'm doing with you. And we're friends for 25 years. So if this thing grows and I could bring you into that, bring you into this, bring you into different things, Greg is going to like what we do so much. He's already getting the... Right. Elijah, Jonathan Green, Candace, Mike Harrison, all of them. He's right. Yeah, but the thing is, we're building a machine to take his students, right? Because like the thing is, I mean, like, you know, most of these 20 students, 100 students we're going to work with are his students, right? So he's spending all the marketing money for them, right? The problem is his system is not perfect for them, that some of them are a little unsatisfied. They need a few other things to rev up their engines, right? They're depending, and so we're really just fixing the problem. But if I work for Greg and do this, he's not going to pay me nothing, you know, like the way Candace and Mike Harrison. But I think that at some point he's going to offer a joint venture. And I just want you to be open to the idea that says, hey, I'm bringing 25, but, you know, out of that, you guys are managing the ManyChat, the YouTube, the Google, the website, all these areas, you managing that part and repurposing the content. So out of these coaching students, I want you to offer these services. I'm going to give you $5,000. He might just sell it and say, hey, these guys' package is worth $5,000. I make nothing from it. If he wants to do that, he might say that. He sometimes does that. But I'm okay with it either way. If that means, all I'm saying is if that happens, it means we're doing an excellent job, you know? And all I'm saying is, whichever way it is, sometimes if you could take $1 million and reinvest it in your business, that's the goal of this. You know, we can build our clients slowly, but if we have somebody who can get us 100 clients paying $5,000 or something like that, or he can introduce us to 100 people, that's why I keep my relationship with Greg, because I don't want to cheat him neither. Like, I'm the same with you or him, and you're the same way. I know. Yeah. Right. Right, right, right. Right. Right, right, right. Right, right, right. But and that's the thing about Greg. He is trying to remove all the cringe parts of his model, just like we are, you know. But he realizes it too, and that's why he's going to a new model where he's really charging successful coaches and helping them grow. And he's perfecting this model of the VDP. But he's looking for people like us to perfect this model. You know, like you said, take this and that's why I say, like motivation. VDP for motivation is cool, and telling people, oh, you're gonna have a coaching business. But I want to break it down into a system that says very easy for these people that you take this step, you take this step, you take this step. This is where you're gonna be in 1 month. This is gonna be where, like you did, exactly like you did. 90 days. This is what we're gonna do for you. But this is what we expect from you. You know, like I say, a McDonald's process. And the more we do it with people, the more we have the proof to show. So my thing is, Greg inspired us with a lot of his ideas. He brought a lot of these coaches. So, right. That's why I think so many of our ideas are coming together like that. Because once we get these 20 people to build their YouTube station, right? Then we're going to have each one of them support each other, become a guest on each other's thing, do the thing I said where you shoot a video. But that's going to help us. That's why I said we shoot our videos, they shoot their videos. But I'm going to invite them on my podcast. I'm already going to grow my podcast in the next 2-3 months. Because I'm launching the show. I'm going to have a lot of realtors. So I'm going to invite them as a guest. Just this next Friday, we're going to be sitting down with the former Miss America and shooting her videos. I already got a dome. Yeah. Let me tell you, I already studied. There's guys who already have the Real Estate Bot Academy. They used to do the Real Estate Bot. The same method works. I've seen everybody doing it for 10 years. But it was where they just charged $45 to $100 a month. Now, that program is $5,000 because they built 20, 30 different bots. One bot is to deal with buyers. One bot is to deal with sellers. One bot is to deal with, all the things, helping them with credit, everything they want. Is set up in an automated way, right? So for me, I want to find the agents who are part of that program so that I can reverse engineer. I want to look at their chatbots and say, let's reverse it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they have case studies now. Now they created money $1,000,000 right. Yeah. Right, early adopters, right. This is what I said in the chat today also. I said the way I intend to use the VDP is for accountability and for implementation. So that's really that's the thing that changes the VDP. It's a very great method, but you don't just send people in the rooms. They could talk and socialize and become, which is nice. For me, I really want to be a little more intensive. I want to tell people, and for a boot camp, imagine a 3-day boot camp with that methodology. You teach them a bunch of lessons, but you give them enough knowledge to be like, now apply it. Go in the room, set it up. What is your value statement? What is this? What are the questions you're going to ask? So if I want to do the session on your YouTube, go ask the question. Everybody, go to ask the people, right? Go to ask the people right now. Put in your subject. Your subject is people at home alone or mindset or yoga or real estate or sales funnel. Go right now to ask a question. Everybody get your questions. Now you're going to put it into this form, right? And now we're going to hold you accountable that you're going to shoot a video for those two. Everybody's going to put their 2 questions in the thing. Then I'm going to say, by next week, I expect everybody to at least shoot Well, you said 3 questions. You got 3 questions. At least shoot one video by next week. When you answer one of those questions, then you answer another question, then you answer another question. Now I gave them work that they're gonna do on their YouTube station. Then same thing. The next one, I'm gonna. So that's the way. Is the tough part. That's why I stayed awake. How are we gonna figure out a way that I could break this down into step 1, step 2, step 3? The book really didn't break this. The book teaches you everything, but it's like 20 chapters, so you can get lost. If there's anything they need to check up on, they can go to that to get their general information. But what they need is a smaller action plan to say, this is the first, like you have to, like a baby, you always crawl before you stand up, before you walk, before you run. And that's how it is. I always want to teach them to crawl, then eventually they're going to stand up. Then some people is already walking, so I'm going to teach them to walk. Some people is walking, so I want to teach them to run. Some people learn to. So you know what I mean. We want to have a process for everybody. So if you already ready running or about to run, we're going to teach you the best technique to become an Olympic style runner, right? And if you're just crawling, we're going to force you to crawl so that you don't give up. You don't go back and lie on your back. That's the number one thing. Is the baby doesn't give up. Once the baby starts crawling, it doesn't give up. It keeps on crawling until it figures it out. So that's how we're using the VDP. We say, this is your step you're at. Let's find out where you're at. Then let's keep on moving forward. We went to 100 VDPs and we answered the same question, same thorn, but I could keep on giving the same answer every day. I didn't move forward. Nobody took my answer from the first meeting and said, okay, now, AJ, I sent you email. This is how you answered the question, right? On this day in June. Now, I want you by the end of June to show me that you're doing something. The accountability partners, but once again, I'm learning all these concepts from Greg, and I'm realizing why it's such a brilliant idea, but it hasn't been taken to the level it needs to be taken to, right? So we have an accountability partner every time. But they don't really hold us accountable. Have you ever had an accountability partner who says, you didn't get it done what you promised, and you can't tell them, oh, you didn't get done what you promised? But we should really do that. Our 22 people are going to be real accountability partners. Then it's going to turn into 100. And really, we don't have 22. I think out of the 22, 10 people are going to be active. But that's good enough because I want to teach them the right way of implementing every week, every 2 weeks if they're implementing. Once we got them doing the YouTube steps, the first steps, now it's time to teach them the ManyChat. So I'm going to tell all the people, you're doing the ManyChat, but now we have an audience we already built trust with. We already built that with. And now, right. They don't realize how much, yeah. Like, look, every one of them has a group, Not only bots, but contests, giveaways, things like that. You can really build a lot of excitement. You can track and do contests. When you have a group, the bot is a very powerful tool. They don't know how to use, they already have groups. So what do they need? The bot, like you said, you can't convince the people what they need. That's why through the YouTube, we get them to do the crawling. After they get it, by the next session, our next presentation will be perfect. We'll do that, but then we're going to do a breakout session teaching them about ManyChat. You're going to talk about ManyChat, and we're going to excite them, and they're already going to see results. So that's going to set you up for the ManyChat. Like I said, if you didn't burn the bridge with Greg, he would have sent you 100 people. But you're not the only one. Some people got, I'm not saying he still supports you, but I never took that thing. Even though I felt like my doubts about him, I was able to bite my tongue because I said, yeah. Oh, nice. Right. Well, and this is, and also because I studied Greg before. Remember, he's one of the first people who taught on LinkedIn how to get the as seen on ABC, as seen on the thing that everybody does. He was the first one who taught that. So I know what Greg has been teaching for 10 years. He knows all the marketers, internet marketers. This is a new concept. So he's learning it with us. But he's turned it already into $1 million business. And next year it's going to turn into a $10 million business. So for us, it's good to learn from him what we can because he does deliver a lot of value. All these coaches are struggling, but they all have a chance. And we're doing our part. Whatever they're missing, it's good that he didn't figure everything out because that's the advantage for us, that we get to deliver. Once he has the ManyChat, like how tough is it going to be for you to sell the ManyChat when he already offers that as part of the program? So now is our best chance. Let's be the best trainers YouTube. Now they're not going to leave us. The whole group is going to know us as the YouTube. By the time next time comes, it doesn't matter who shows up, but whoever shows up, we're going to be able to show results and get great testimonials. That these guys, like everybody's doing testimonials, but they don't feel it. We're going to do it in such a way that people are going to say, man, these guys really stepped in. They gave me a book. They gave me this. They got me to do the, they call in. They staying in touch with me. We're using the chat system to stay in touch with them. We should definitely do something like that. But all these things, sending the book, sending the action plan, sending the asking them questions, survey, what stage are you at? All those things could be done by chat. I would rather do all this stuff by chat, and that would be the best way to say, because then I'd be like, Roger's the one who did all the chats, and that's what's reaching out to all you. And then it leads you to say, okay, now you have 20 to 40 people, but you have them in a position to sell them because we already delivered value for them 2 or 3 times, And, well, look, if these guys don't jump on it, what I'm saying is, in real estate, those guys are charging $2,000 or $5,000. I think some of them charge $1,000 a month, and people pay it. The real estate agents are paying it. When it comes to YouTube, there's a bunch of guys who are just charging $1,000, $2,000 a month, and they're getting it to teach you. But what the real estate agents, just like you said they want hands off. They don't want to be on the screen. All the things you said, the real estate agents know that's where the money is, but they don't feel comfortable on camera every day. They feel like they don't know, how am I going to do the thumbnail? How am I going to do the optimist? They don't want to learn all that. They want to do real estate, right? So I need to have the process squared away, and I don't need to be the front of it. I need to say, hey, Raj has an agency here. He's going to teach you this, And anybody else who steps up, I want to introduce them. Like, Alfred, he's my videography guy, film guy, So obviously I want to introduce him because he's been doing all these channels, and that's going to grow. They could put that stuff on the Amazon and the Roku channel, and that's cool. And whatever money I'm making with anybody, I'm going to always tell you, it's like I'm really not trying to be greedy. I just, like, like for me, when I do business, which is real important, 10 years, 20 years from now, that you feel like that person always was honest and always cared. That's the way I used to say this 10, 20 years ago, and I realized it's the smartest thing. Because now, anybody I ever dealt with, they're going to tell you, all my life, I always was, people took advantage of me, but I won't lie, I won't take advantage of nobody, That's a big thing. I don't want to throw that away. Like, all the money, this is not worth it. I built that over years. Anyway, you have a good night. We have a great plan. I'll talk to you later. But, yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, you understand a lot. You really take the most out of it. But, I don't, because some people are going to say, oh, that's Pago talk. You're Pago, Kaika, whatever. That, I know a lot of $1 billion industry. Like the real estate industry is wide open. And not only on this side, do you have a database person, a good database team, a database person who could build database? like an MLS? Oh, well, I need to build this. In real estate, there's a thing called MLS, right? Where you could list your properties and search for your properties. I need to build something like that. Okay, well, we'll talk with him when the time comes. And what I say is, well, I was telling you earlier, when we have the podcast set up, the best way to meet these guys is we go ahead and do an interview. Say, hey, he's going to give you an interview. People are going to give you business. And then we'll meet with him. We want to help them. And then it's a great way to talk. If we do a podcast, we're going to talk to him for half an hour. Same like you and me are talking. But we should take this talk and use it to make our money also. You know? If we record all these talks, not today, maybe we're talking really intense, but you get the idea. You want to meet me, the guy who does the Google, helps the people get the Google non-for-profit money, right? I would like to do an interview with that guy. But I want to talk to that guy. Look, work out a good deal with us, and then we're going to go ahead and do your interview and introduce you to a lot of people that you could charge a lot more money. But try to help us to build our business, and we're going to help you build your business. You're going to get big exposure. And we could keep on growing your exposure because we're managing 50 people's channels. So, and we have the Amazon. So it means that we're going to be able to introduce you to a lot of platforms and introduce you a lot. Because right now it's 50 coaches we could build relate this month. Next month, when I do my challenge, we're going to have 100 agents who are ready to jump into this, you know? Then it's an increase to 1,000 agents, you know, and hundreds of coaches. So the things we do right now is real important that we get ready for that growth. That's really the growth that's going to come. And then I'm going to be able to put money in because I'm putting money into my channels, you know. But the first $10,000 check I get, I'm putting that almost all into my YouTube growth because I can grow it into... Well, yeah, because then people are saying, oh my God, you got 100,000 views or you're getting 20,000 views. I'm ranking for every key term. I'm dropping all the videos. I'm doing all the interviews. But, you know, like I said, I'm making money many different ways. Real estate school, real estate brokerage. These videos in real estate are going to help me rank for my real estate business. It's going to help me rank for affiliate marketing. We could do interview of like Onyx Signal. Do his interview, but he's selling right now an email program. We make half the money by introducing him to our audience. Onyx Signal would do, once we have the right audience, we could do it with him. We could do, so that's the good thing about building this audience, this channel. There's many ways to make money. That's why I was explaining in the YouTube, you can make money with affiliate marketing, sponsorships, and the monetization, you know? So that's really, so anyway, good night. We could talk on and on, but very good. Have a good night. But you know, it's good. It's good thing it started on Happy Diwali. You know that was a good auspicious occasion for this to start. So, all right. My mom wasn't even home. She was singing Ramayana in the temple all 3 days. You know, they love for her to sing there. So, but you know, it's still good. Like, you know, my daughter's birthday was the day before. Diwali was that day. So, and it was by chance because I kept on trying to schedule it, and then everybody had conflict. And see, if I scheduled when Philip had his meeting, he wouldn't be coming. And I feel like Philip is teaching leadership, so I want to involve him because that's part of what I'm teaching real estate agents too. So he's trying to figure it out, and I think he would have a great program with realtors. So I want him to learn that too. You know, we're building a team like our tribe of people to be, so that's really my goal. Yeah. No, that's why I say the 20 people we have, at least 10 of them have really amazing stories. Doctors, coaches. So I'm going to enjoy helping them build their YouTube station. Elise has such an incredible story. Someday she's going to have movie rights, you know, like she just really, but, you know, I can't share her story. She has to share it with, but see, so that's what I mean. Greg hasn't shown a lot of his techniques to everybody. But this concept of remembering like a vision board, where everybody states where they see themselves and they say it out loud, that's very powerful. And Yeah. Right. You trust me, this word is gonna get out. People are gonna, they loved it. But some people don't get it. But the thing is, when you see the thing clearly in your mind and you say it out loud, it happens. And that's how I've been doing since I'm young. You know, now older people have a tendency to doubt themselves. You right now, you have all this energy, all this thing. You have infinite potential. Older people tell themselves, I can't do this, I can't. Why do you say that? You could do anything you want, right? Don't tell. My friend told me that today. I said, oh, I can't do this. He's like, why you tell yourself that, AJ? What, you know you could do it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Well, no, that's amazing. And I don't watch cricket, but we got a sporting channel coming up too. But I know cricket's so popular. But my friend is a DJ in New York, DJ Suhel. He DJs all the big Indian weddings. And he was taking pictures with the big cricket player. I think there's a tall cricket player from India, right? Real handsome guy, a tall guy. I seen him standing with my friend. He must be a big, but Suhel deals with all the big Indian people because they come to New York, and he's well known for doing everybody's wedding. And he learned DJing from me in high school. It was my turntables he practiced on. So there's a lot of relationships that we're going to put together in time, you know? But right now we get started this way. But even those cricket players, we're going to invite him to speak and talk about it, because these athletes are very motivational, you know? And so sky is the limit, what we're going to do. You know, I'm glad I had a chance to talk to you. Thank you for everything you do. Next time we're going to be more perfect. Yeah. We're excellent. Excellent. Thank you, man. It was a pleasure meeting you. I knew Greg put us in the room together on our first day because he wanted us to connect, you know? So that's why I say, like, I try to give people the credit. You know, I think unless I could do a better job than you, I won't criticize you, you know? Once I do a better job, then I'm going to teach you how to do a better job. And if you don't listen, then I'm going to say, well, you should listen. Right. Yeah. And you said my coaching is for later, but we're not going to make it later. So you have your master class in ManyChat? So good. Because you seen the way once I present, we're going to make your ManyChat more powerful. We're going to do it together. And because you're going to be involved in the YouTube, I'm going to be involved. And I don't need to make anything for the ManyChat, but I'm going to need your help to do my ManyChats. And even that thing, you're going to make money, you're going to sell it to the realtors. That would be perfect. If we create, that's what I need. So, and that's a powerful program. So if we have a combination of a YouTube program and a ManyChat program, then we can get a lot of agents. Of course, Facebook automatically works with ManyChat, but like you said, ManyChat works on all platforms, which is really cool, as opposed to just one platform. However, as long as you have Facebook, YouTube, and ManyChat, that's fine. Because every real estate agent, they have a website. But I want them to, ManyChat is what gives their website, it gives you an edge, right? That people know they could reach you anytime. And if they could get an automated response, if they have follow-up all the time, if they want to get, I want to get a CMA valuation on my house, and they get it. If they say, I want to report on what the economy is like, and all these things you have automated, they're gonna think you're the best agent, and that's what I'm trying to master. Oh, right. Well, I'll tell you that's more useful for mortgage brokers. So because they have to work with the mortgage brokers to qualify before they talk to the real estate agent. So it's best if a real estate agent has a partner who also has a chatbot and mortgage, because they can meet the person say, how much do I qualify for? Then I say, okay, I got these 3 people on the list. I've sent them to your chatbot, 3 mortgage brokers. And then I also have the mortgage brokers who have the chatbot that I'm going to say, to be my partner, you need to have this chatbot. So they pay you to set up their chatbot. Now you could send them leads. In other words, they're the people who are going to pre-qualify the person to buy the house, right? So they're going to get all the paperwork from the person through the email, but they can keep them in touch with the ManyChat and the email. So the mortgage person, once they're qualified, now I know that they're ready to buy a house. People want to find out. When they want to find out, I'm not the person to find out to buy a house. You have to go to the mortgage broker, because I don't do that job of finding or taking all your paperwork. I shouldn't be I should only bring you to sign the contract, show you the houses, take your house listing. So that's what I mean. It's not just the real estate agent, but the mortgage people, the home inspector people, the appraisal people, the roofing, all the real estate things surround the real estate agent, surround the investors. So once you build a relationship with the real estate and the investors, you can be growing your business with everybody all around it, Just like when you deal with these coaches, when you work with the coach and you help them to sell $5,000, $10,000 programs, they're going to make you part of their program and say, I have 10 students who bought $5,000. Can you help them with the ManyChat? Can you help them with the YouTube? Can you help them with the sales funnel? They're going to pay you to be the tech guy, That's why it's real important for you to have the interns team, because soon we're going to have 100 coaches, and the 100 coaches are going to have average of 5 students. Some of them might have 50 students. Like me, I'm going to go straight to 100 students. But the thing is, as each one of us becomes successful, the current coaches, right, they made money and they left us all alone. But there's a group of us that when we become successful, we're going to make sure that we help the other people become successful. Like Jeff, there's an inner circle of us that's about 20 to 40 of us. And I'm telling you, they're the type of people, and that's what we're going to create. Our group in our YouTube, that's what they are. They're the people who are going to, when they succeed, we succeed. When we succeed, they succeed. So that means that's why I say average of 5, because maybe somebody has 0. A lot of coaches might have 0 student, high ticket. Some might have 1 or 2. But on average, we're going to get to about 5. And that 5 is going to increase, because if we develop these systems for the coaches, they're guaranteed to be effective. And at the end of the day, we're building the systems to help anyone become effective. If you're a real estate agent, you're not effective unless you're doing these things on YouTube, these things using chat, these things on SMS, these things on email automation. Then you're building a business. Your coaching business, we are creating the whole, foundation for them. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, I'm sorry, I was supposed to end the conversation, but I get so excited. All right. Yeah. Business in general, I could teach you about a lot. So, and you could teach, but the thing is, I know all these things, but it doesn't matter if you don't have automation, if you don't have the digital marketing, you have to connect it. Yeah. Implementation, right? You put the post today that what is it all the shiny objects and all, unless you have the customers to sell to, right? If you don't have customers buying from you, then you're just wasting a lot of energy, right? And that's why I respect Greg, because Greg is a mastermind at that. He has a system where he's bringing in 100 people every month. And so he's sharing with us what we could do. So that's the example that's why I study him, because his results, he's doing exactly what your quote said. And that's what I want to deliver for the people. That's what we're going to help the people. It's like you doing all these things, but I want to make sure you do the things that leads you right to the money. And we're going to make it, like you said, you just focus on passion, and we'll help you turn your passion to the profit. You just live your passion. You show your passion on video. You tell us what your passion. We create the videos. Now we can use those videos to engage people, to ask them questions, Right. And every one of them has something that once they connect, we connect the pieces for them. We're building basically the machine that takes their passion and turns it into profit. That's really what it is. And so that's good, man. And if we do it together, we're gonna do this much quicker. It's like if everybody else was doing it separate, and that was our idea. I said we do it together. Already, we're building a movement. I can't wait till we have 100 people, then 1,000 people. All right, have a good night, man. God. Okay. Oh, nothing. Are you sure? How? Because you know him well, right? But you weren't confused. You weren't confused at one point. Oh, so that's the dentist person you wanted to meet the other dentist people for. Okay, but I'm gonna help you meet dentist people too. I was saying that he has a great plan, Dominique, and he's already bringing in. Oh, good. Elsie. No, there are other dentists who come. So yeah, that's the idea. That sounds good. Any dentist? I know a lot of dentists here. So right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. 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 Oh, in Europe, you mean? In Europe, there's different rules? Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, can they call them DPR or some GDPR rules? I don't really understand it. But does Dominique have a YouTube station? Oh, good. Right. Right. Well, that's good. But look, even without knowing all this, I respect Dominique from the beginning, and we good friends. You're good friends with Dominique. So when we show the case studies, we'll invite him. I was gonna say her to the next meeting. Now, did he ever look like a her to you, or always look like a man to you? Is that just me? Yeah. Why do I think it's a woman? I don't know why I thought it's a woman. You never looked at it? Maybe something's wrong with me. He was a man or he is a man? He was a man or he's still a man, right? So the cancer changed everything. Yeah. But that's what I mean because not only he has a great dentist program, but he has a great story to share. And that's what make a powerful YouTube thing that I would like to help with the podcasting and all these things. But that's what I mean. That's the kind of person I would have reached out to after we show some success and action plan. And that's good that you're already working. Please because he'll be happy to work with both of us. But that's the kind of person, you know, their potential. All they do is turn dentists into millionaires. And that's what I'm talking about too. Not many people, they make offer, but the offer that's going to be light like fire is the offer where you could take somebody, say, hey, you pay me 10, 20,000, you're going to make extra $1 million a year. And if that's the case, who could say no to that? Every dentist is going to sign up. And I know a lot of dentists who would want to sign up if they can make that happen. So that's the thing. So I want to understand more about it, you know, because I'll go directly to the dentists all in the U.S. and say, you need to hear. But the YouTube station, that presence is a great way to share the story. And then automatically everyone is going to be looking it up and sharing this information with dentists. And so anyway, you have a good night, man. We could keep going on and on, but someday I'm coming. Someday I come to Dilly and we spend all night hanging out. All right. Take care, man. Good night, bro. All right. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Namaste again. Oh, man. Mom, can I get some other food? What do you got now? I'll eat that same thing, honestly.
You want same thing?
The pani puri? Yeah, I don't get tired of that. I love that. And it's good too. It got the chana in it, it got the potatoes in it, right? It's healthy. You like it too?
Water or no?
think so. So you got more?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I think I'm out of it.
Okay, give it to me. You can fold in this, then leave it in the refrigerator.
What?
Yeah, like that. Fold it.
Before it over the sink cup. What on top of that thing?
I'm talking about that.
Did you shake it up? Shake it a lot. Shake it up and down.
Shake his booty.
Shake it booty.
Shake his booty.
Oh, shake the booty. That's like, yeah, I'm a comedian too. You're a comedian. You should be laughing and joking more, Mom. Life is really fun. But make sure, remind me to call the school in the morning, not too late. What? I gotta call the school tomorrow and ask them what if they hire me for this job. What's it gonna take?
What you do with it?
I need to figure out if I can start teaching at school soon. Now I'm
Yeah,
on
yeah.
cruise.
Yeah. You want to test it, enough? You want more?
I think a little bit more.
Make sure you finish it,
That's
because
pretty
that's a
good. How
classic.
you made this?
That's a
You
classic.
bought it or you made it like that? Somebody taught you how to make this?
No, I bought and I mix something.
Oh, good. You like it too or no?
I mix it.
You don't eat it?
I love it, yeah.
Why you don't eat it if I'm eating it so much?
You want more?
Nah, that's enough. But it's not too heavy neither, you know?
No,
It's good for the system.
like
I like that one for my stomach. What does it have in it? It feels like it's good for the stomach.
salmonella. You know that suji?
Not salmonella. Salmonella is poisonous. She said salmonella.
Semolina.
Semolina? What is that?
Semolina.
It's good for you?
Semolina is good for beef.
It feels like it's good for me, is it?
Yeah, that's fine. Light, not bad. Salmonella, oh my God.
Previously on The Walking Dead. My friends have been taken. Removed from the convoy. Magna, Connie, Kelly, all of them. Tell us where our friends are.
I'll show you. I know the route the supply train takes to get there.
Commonwealth has a working train.
Part of a plan. Expand the Commonwealth's reach.
The only thing I've ever known is the fight. There's so much we've done. So much more to do. But I want to believe there's hope. That together there's hope. Isn't there?
Hello?
Caribbean Streaming Network.
What?
Why are you eating live on Caribbean Streaming Network still?
I am?
What do you mean you are? Well, that's what I looked at right now. I see you was live when you was having a meal.
No way. Why am I live on Caribbean? How the hell did I get live?
You've been live for hours. You know that, right?
No way. No, I have no idea. So,
Like, you didn't know you was live this whole time. I even told Kalanji you know you live.
no, I had no idea I'm live, bro.
Get the fuck out. You was live for almost 2 hours, bro. You see us commenting? You saw me comment?
No, I've been live. Like, what the hell kind of stuff am I putting on the
And
internet?
I'm like, yo, I told AJ about his background. Why does he have his couch looking crazy like that? live on fucking YouTube.
Oh my god! But the kid, I was just talking to an Indian kid right now.
I know you were having go through a whole thing. I watched it. I was watching.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was God, man, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like watching, putting something in your mouth. I have to take a screenshot of this shit right now so you can see. Let me send this to you.
It's still going through. I thought I stopped it.